'cause you're lost in front of me. I'm true, I'm losing you 'cause you're lost in front of me. I'm true, I'm losing you. And I know it's over when you're gon' break down. Take everything and live for the moment. It's only gonna bring you down tonight. When you're locked up in my blue, it's true, I love you. When you're locked up in my blue, it's true, I love you. And you know it's over when you're gon' break down. Take everything and live for the moment. It's only gonna bring you down.
All right, so we ate that protein ice cream, had that awesome training session. I showered up, went to the gym, worked with a few clients. Now it's late evening, on my way home, and I wanted to film a little bit of a discussion topic to close out this video. So we're just gonna hop right into it. What I wanna discuss today is 5 things that powerlifting has taught me to evolve, to be a better athlete, to perform better, get stronger, and at the same time to have me evolve as a coach, to get all of my athletes and everyone else around me better as well. So to hop right into it, the first thing that I'm gonna list, and none of these are in order, but the first thing I'm gonna list is having solid consistency. There is such thing as having bad consistency, or being consistently bad, and being consistently good. What we're looking for is to be consistently good. And in order to do this, we must master the basics. So for powerlifting, we must assess what our goal is, and our goal most likely is going to be to get stronger at the big 3. In order to get stronger at the big 3, we must be able to execute the big 3 properly. So bench, squat, deadlift, we must dial in the form for that, simply put, and we must consistently do it good. So with that being said, don't take it out of context. If you're squatting right now and you realize your squat is shit, that doesn't mean completely unload the bar and squat nothing but the bar for 2-3 weeks. I see this shit all the time on Instagram. It's retarded. Do not regress yourself back that far. Simply load yourself just a tad lighter, just a tad, not the whole fucking bar, and then go through the movement, film it, record it, have a coach assess it, have someone cue you, watch videos on how to do the movement, get those little dots to click in your head as to how you can execute it the most efficiently. That applies for your bench and deadlift as well. Squat was just the example. So dial in the basics of the movement, how to execute it efficiently. That then brings us into point number 2. Understand biomechanics. Biomechanics is how you can utilize your anatomy to leverage any given load. So every single individual is built different. The way I squat, deadlift, and bench is going to be completely different from the next guy because my anatomy is completely different. Some guys have shorter femurs, some guys have longer arms, some guys have shorter arms, some guys have different joint attachment points, some guys' hips are able to open up more than others, right? Everyone's genetics are a little different. So we must be able to use our own personal genetic biomechanics to help leverage the loads to the best of our ability. And that's what makes sports sometimes so genetically dependent, is your biomechanics. But with powerlifting itself, you're able to position yourself in so many different ways to still hit the proper lifts and get the white lights, but also at the same time leveraging your anatomy to get the loads up. There is an efficient way and there is a more efficient way. So if you don't understand biomechanics, quite honestly, the best way to learn is to get a professional to look at it. Find a good powerlifting coach. Find an individual who's strong, who understands biomechanics, who looks like their movements are so damn seamless that it's almost effortless when they have a lot of weight loaded on the bar. Those are individuals who understand biomechanics. Find some help, outsource someone, record your videos, have a coach observe them. get the assistance that you want if you want to save yourself time on this step, because this one is quite honestly important. And when I discovered it and when I actually mastered it, it was a game changer. Literally felt like I was able to load up the bar 100, 200 pounds more than what I originally could do, simply because I understood how to utilize my anatomy and leverage the weights to my best ability. So that then is going to bring us to point number three, progressive overload. With any form of good, solid, consistent program, we must be able to employ progressive overload properly. A lot of individuals overlook this principle, and if they're having a bad week, they don't feel right, they're gonna half-ass their workout and not hit progressive overload, or they're just failing to measure it in general, or they have lack of consistency within the program, so much to the point that there's so much variability, there's so much inconsistencies in the program that there's nothing to measure or progressively overload with. So again, for those who don't understand what progressive overload is, that's doing more workload than you did the week prior. Simply put, doing more weight than you did the week prior or even the day prior. That's our progressive overload. So in order to achieve the progressive overload, we must be able to measure our percentages, our weights, our volumes. That way we have a unit that we can then load more of. If we don't understand a unit of measurement within our programming, how the hell are we going to do more than we did the next week without thinking that, oh, we're just slapping another plate on, right? We're not bro lifters here. So we need to be able to do proper progressive overload. Again, if you don't understand this principle, reach out to someone who does, or someone who is willing to do it for you. If you don't want to think about this principle, pay a coach because it's that important in your progress. Coaches do it for you and you don't even have to think about it. And that then brings us to point number 4. Don't get lost in the sauce when it comes to methodizations and periodizations. There's so much shit out there that you can do that are great tools, but they all have a time and place, right? And they all can't be employed at the exact same time. I see so many individuals getting lost with the dynamic effort method. They get lost with the maximal effort method. They get lost with block periodization, undulated. I'm doing bodybuilding shit and powerlifting shit at the same time. And I'm also going to do linear periodization on this, that, and the other. You're like, keep it simple. All these have a time and place, of course, and there's right ways to employ them and there's wrong ways to employ them. And the reason I'm speaking on this is a mistake I have made myself. I've decided to get too fancy with the programming itself, so much to the point to where it is no longer measurable, because I'm all over the damn place, right? I'm employing way too many types of stimulus that I'm losing the specificity aspect that programming needs to get you the progress that you want, right? So don't get lost in the sauce. Keep it simple. If you don't understand these methodizations, periodizations, or anything like that, buy a program or hire a coach who does these programming or these forms of programming to guide you through how they're doing it and why, which quite honestly is going to be one of the best things that you can do. But at the same time, you're learning from something that is effective as opposed to trying to pull something out of your own ass that you think is going to be kick-ass, right? Learn from someone who's done it, then observe, then you learn how to structure it, right? That's one of the best ways to do it. Outsource help. Save yourself the time. Save yourself the headache. Save yourself the months of no progress. Okay? That then is going to bring me to point number 5. Point number 5 being recovery. This is one of the most simple things, but one of the most overlooked things when it comes to getting some solid gains, especially in the sport of powerlifting, right? So when it comes to recovery, there's some variables that we need to pay attention to, but I'm only going to list 3 of the main ones. First one being nutrition. No shit, Tate. Track your calories, track your macros, and your macronutrients. That means your vitamins and minerals. Water intake is important as well. Track these things. Make sure they're dialed in. They're important, right? We're not just looking to eat fucking pizza and burritos and be fucking powerlifters, right? We want to make sure we're getting our veggies in. We want to make sure we're getting our micronutrients in. We're measuring these things. Okay, I understand work gets in the way. Life gets in the way sometimes. You got to go get that Chick-fil-A, but there's right choices that you can make as an athlete, and there's wrong choices you can make as a lazy athlete, right? If you really cherish your results that much, you'd make sure this is dialed in. Number 2, sleep. Simple. Make sure you're getting plenty of sleep each night. If you're not, I guarantee you'll feel it in your training. Then number 3, NEAT. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Long-ass term, long-ass abbreviation for exercise that you do outside of the gym itself. That's simple things like your activity level that you're doing outside of the gym, right? If you're training 5 days, sorry, got cut off a little bit, but neat. Again, if you're training 5 times per week on average, 2 hours per training session, you're in the gym 10 hours per week. What are you doing with all that other time? There's 24 hours in a day, right? That takes up a small, itty bitty fraction of all the time that you have available. Utilize it properly. Most people think rest days, oh, I get to sit on my ass, kick back, watch TV, and I'm gonna get some good recovery, right? No, that's not the case. Rest days, you still need to be active. Shoot for 10,000 steps a day. Guarantee your movements overall are gonna feel so fucking fluid, so good, and your recovery is gonna be on point, right? Give it a try. Don't knock it till you try it. So this has been 5 things in powerlifting that has changed my perspective as a coach and as an athlete. To overview one more time: consistency, being consistently good, mastering your own biomechanics, understanding how your body moves through space. If you don't understand this one, get a coach. Hit me up, let me know. Number 3, progressive overload, understanding how to employ it. Number 4, don't get lost in the sauce. Focus on the important shit that's going to get you results. Don't try to get fancy. The fancy program doesn't equal the successful program a lot of the times, right? Number 5, recovery. Make sure your recovery is on point. There's a lot of different variables to pay attention to. There's a lot of different things that I've learned, but I think these are 5 key points that I see overlooked often, and a lot of them were things that I was stuck up on for a long time. So I figured I'd share. If you enjoyed this discussion topic, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is going to conclude this video. Before you close out, go to my Instagram, give me a follow, Tate_Arthur. If you enjoy this stuff, again, subscribe down below. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know if you like seeing this. And I will be able to catch you guys in the next video.